Just before we start the session, guys, au pair programs are simple, but it's not you who chooses the family. It's the family that chooses you. Take note, it's not you who chooses the family, it's the family that chooses you. These people come and check and decide who they want. Their kids also check and decide who they want. So this has to be very clear, very, very clear, because some people believe they applied and they were not taken. It's not the way it works. It doesn't work the way you think. It works the other way. Okay, guys, so take note about it. Hey, what's up, my people? This is Informant 254. Thank you for coming back to my channel. And today, it's an important day. As usual, we thank God for this amazing day. The weather is nice, sunny in Germany down here. And today we are going to talk about the hacks, the hacking of the application of the au pair program. That's what I'm going to talk about. And also because of the so many questions that are there, we're going to do a Q&A session on this particular time so that we get this thing done. Okay, so welcome to my YouTube channel and enjoy. So my people, I'll go straight to the point. When you apply to come to Germany, I'll talk about Germany and Austria because both of them require the German language. You have to understand that the application is done online to an agency in Germany. Okay, leave alone those agencies who are working with you in Kenya or in Namibia, or they're just applying for you online and making calls, trying to call us and try to make people like us to look for you families and stuff. But the way it works is the family when you apply, the families come in and decide to check on the profiles, they check on the pictures, they check on the your hobbies and all that stuff. And this is what I'm going to talk about, what you need to do, what you need to be really, really careful about when you're applying. This is what I'm going to talk about today, and these are the hacks. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Today I'm talking about this, and this is really, really serious, so that you people, when you're doing this, you don't make mistakes about these applications. This is what I'm going to talk about. So I'll start with the hobbies. The hobbies are really important. They go two-way. It's not about you, it's about the kids and also the parents of the kids. I mean, your host family. Why is it that I'm insisting on the host family too, not just about you? When you apply as an au pair to come to Germany or Austria, the parents need you to take care of their kid, play with the kid, but also they believe when they are free, you can also have something to do with them too. For example, if you write your hobbies, you like basketball, you like football, you like table football, table tennis, badminton, it's good. You have to choose hobbies also which kind of fit the family, the father and the mother. So that, for example, badminton is something neutral, which is really nice. Anybody can play badminton, and football, you have to write football if you're a guy, because Germans love football. Almost everybody plays football, father, the kids. It has to be in your profile. And even if you're a girl, you can say you just love football to play for fun, because some girls go for football training here in Germany too at the very young age. So choose that. Why I'm insisting on the family is because sometimes when you go out to play, you play with the kids and you play also with the father and the mother. So both of them need to be considered, So when you're choosing hobbies, choose hobbies knowing that you're going to play also with the parents, because in this country, people don't have so much that social life. You might come to a family which has no friends. They're just them. Unless they're visiting relatives that are very far place, it will just be you. It will just be you, the father and the mother and the kid, or the kids. That's it. So that's why it's important for you to choose hobbies. Also considering you can play with the parents. That's about hobbies. My next point is the pictures. You use during your application. They have to be decent, nice quality pictures that portray a good environment for the kids. Somebody asked me, so how do I take the pictures? I say, man, just take decent pictures. don't overdo your makeup, don't overdo your like for example, you don't overdo your makeup, don't overdo your nails, don't overdo all those things, don't overdo them. Just be simple. He said, what's simple? He said, simple is putting on a white t-shirt, a blue jeans, and Converse. You know, simple. Because the problem is the first time they look at your pictures is when they decide if they want to be with you or not. You know, when you take the pictures in your country, try to also ask people, what do you think about these pictures? Ask even kids who are like 5 years to 12 years, or among the pictures you've taken, which one do they think are the best pictures, and which one do you think the kids will like? So the pictures that the kids love are the pictures you're supposed to use. But be simple. Be simple. Don't like take pictures as if you're going back to the market to look for a husband. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. You know, like you are going to a club. You know, you have your hair. You know, like you don't look like somebody who can really like stay with a simple family, because you have to understand you're gonna live with a family which has also female, the wife of the family, of the husband. So you should not look like a threat. I'm not saying that you should leave yourself like just to no, you're supposed to be just decent. You know, take decent pictures, because these pictures are the ones that will decide. You know, because this is how the family works. When you apply online, they print the pictures, they print the profile, they make a profile. You have a file of everybody. Each file has your name, your hobbies, and everything. So families walk into these agencies and they're given these files. Then the kids, there are two scenarios. The kids are told to check. And if the kid checks the pictures and loves you, likes your pictures, likes even before reading your hobbies or anything, you might be lucky. You're the next au pair. You know, the parents can decide, oh, they want informant 254. The kids say, no. They don't like my ear, or they don't like my, I don't know. They just don't like something about me. You know, they feel something fishy. They see behind, I don't know. Maybe they see behind the picture there's something. You know, so it's all about the first impression. Take decent pictures with children, playing with children, you know, swing, song, you know, like pushing them, like riding with them a bicycle, or, you know, helping them to ride a bike. Decent pictures with cute kids, you know, happy kids. Kids have to be happy on those pictures, you know. That's how you apply for these applications. They have to be, you have to package yourself like no other person, because you're not the only one applying. You know, this is something that an international community applies. You know, you have to understand that there are au pairs also come from the United States. There's some who come from Ukraine. There's some who come from, you know, from Romania. There's some who come from Italy. You know, and why should they take you as an African au pair from Namibia, South Africa, Kenya, Cameroon, Nigeria, Togo, Sierra Leone? Why? You have to portray a good picture. That's really, really important, because many people are telling me, they've not been chosen, they've not been picked, they've applied. Maybe you just send a passport picture, you know, and without a proper impression of who you are, you know, on the picture, because the picture talks 1,000 words. That's why you have to portray yourself in those pictures like no any other person, decent and ready to move. You know, look like somebody who can work with kids, work with pets, work with the family, live with the family. You know, the challenges will always be there, but look, you have to be that person in that picture. You know, sell yourself, market yourself like nothing else. So pictures on your application play a really, really big role. You know, employ somebody. If you don't have a good camera, a cameraman, let them take nice pictures of you with kids and upload them. Have good camera. You know, when you're uploading them, have good quality internet, so that when you upload them, they're decent on your profile, because they'll be printed here in 4D or in 3D or in 1080. They'll be high quality pictures. So just take decent, nice pictures with kids, playing with kids, and also ask opinions from other people about the pictures before you upload them, so that you know, Second opinion is always good. Okay? So I'll also talk about driving. In your application form, if you don't have a driving license, it's a bad thing. It's a really, really bad thing. You have to have a driving license. Even if it's not international, just have a driving license, because many families, especially the male au pairs, female too, it's good, but male au pairs, you need to have a driving license, because that might be the only thing that will differentiate you from the rest of the applicants. You know, apply with the driving license. I was trying to talk to one of the guys from India about his application, and I told him, you as a male au pair, it's not just an easy thing that they just pick you. You need to have to go a step more than the girls. You need to have a driving license, and it's not the end of the day if you're not picked. Try to apply as many as possible and continue studying the language, because there are other programs too which you can do simultaneously as you apply for the au pair program. There are other programs which are also ready there for people, which you don't need, a family doesn't need to pick you. It's a corporation or an institution that picks. So this is also a very serious qualification that people write: religion. Religion is good, it keeps order in the world. During your au pair application, if you write religion, it's okay. But when you come here, you can't pull your religion card on the family, because most families might not be religious. They might not believe in Islam or Christianity or Hinduism or Buddhism. So you can't pull your religious card in this country or in Germany or in Austria. These people, they'll allow you to pray on your own. I had a Bible in my room, and there were questions about it. But then you have to understand that some families don't allow their kids to start studying religion at an early age. Like in my case, the kid wasn't going on Wednesday to school from 8 to 10, because that was the religious days. It's an optional lesson. So religion is optional. You can't come and start praying loud and trying to say they're not religious, they are sinners. You can't do that. Just they'll respect your religion, and you as an individual stick to your religion and let them live their own culture, because that's something that I realized in Germany. Religion is not something that you can pull onto people. In fact, knock on somebody's door and you try to talk about religion, they'll bang it on you, because they don't understand why you have to come and put it on them. So that's something that's really important. You have to know religion is good. I'm religious. I lived with a family which is not religious, but they were okay with my religion, and we live together in peace. So many foreigners come here to this country and with their religion, and they're left to live in peace. But you cannot install on the family the religion card if they're not religious. You cannot come speaking in tongues, try to pray for the kids to get saved and stuff. You can't do that. Something that I'll really, really tell you to avoid, because they don't like to be forced to do something, to be pushed towards the wall. Nobody likes that, because they don't understand why you should pray for them when they have everything. You get it? They can't. They don't. Many people don't understand why you should pray for them when they have everything. Praying for what? So you just pray for on your own, pray for your family and all that stuff, but let the family do what they want to do on Sundays. You can go to church, they let you go to church and come back, but keep religion to yourself. Okay. What are the circumstances in which you were picked? Why is it that they needed an au pair? Why is it that they needed a male au pair? The circumstances really matter. You have to read between the lines, because, for example, in my case, the host mother was working with an airline, so she was not there. I had to stay with the host father, and with one kid. So this was my luck, my lucky part of myself. Yeah, the circumstances really matter. So for example, in my case, I had to, sometimes when the kid is gone to bed, because they go to bed at around after supper, cleaning their teeth, I had to chill with the father, and just sometimes watch football and have a drink. Really, really cultural shock, because he used to say, "Hey, I'm gonna get you something really nice, man, something really expensive." Somebody who's 21 years old from Kenya, I don't know what's the difference between expensive drinks and cheap drinks. So he brings something and it's too bitter for me. I can't drink it. So he says, I tell him, yeah, why don't you get me something sweet? He goes and gets me, oh, I know what you want. He gets me the red wine for the wife, because I was not used to drinking anything. And I don't know how something expensive tastes and something cheap tastes. For me, I just know its taste. So you have to understand the circumstances in which the family needed you. So sometimes I had to relax with my guest father, chill, watch a game. We had a lot of fun together when the kid slept, because we were just the two of us in the house. 4-storied, 2 bedrooms up, 2 bedrooms in the middle, sitting room down. And that's why I'm saying that you have to understand the family too and try to fit in. So I could chill with him, watch football, do a lot of stuff with him when the kid is sleeping, like just talk about a little bit of politics, talk about the country and stuff. And this built a lot of chemistry between me and my guest father. And that's something that is amazing, that you need to know and build. You build it as you continue living with the family. Know the circumstances in which the family needs you. In this case, there was no female au pair in the house because the wife was not there. Most of the time was not there. So to avoid and to maintain the marriage, save the marriage, better you don't risk by bringing 2 males together. So me and my guest father, we hung out a lot, because the wife was not there. Lucky for me. So something else about the application, you'll have your phone number on the application. Once they call you, you have to be calm. I know you'll be excited. You'll be like, oh my God, this is it. You'll be excited. You have to be a normal person. Act normal. Don't push it to be like, try to pull yourself down. They don't like that. They're not looking for a beggar. They're looking for somebody who can stand on his own, on her own, somebody who can make decisions fast, somebody who's dependable. They can leave you with their kid and you make good decisions. So when they make that call, just talk to them in a normal way. They'll talk possibly a little bit of German English and explain to them you're ready to come as an au pair, you're excited to come and learn all the stuff in Germany and all the the culture, the tradition, you want to get to know their food, all those things. You get to talk to them, have a normal conversation with the family, and be ready for the interview. When it comes to the interview, it's simple. You have to have all the documents, you have to have a contract, and that's then when you can say, I'm ready to go to Austria or Germany as an au pair. So something else that people who watch the YouTube channels and au pair programs and motivational speeches from au pairs, ex-au pairs, is you have to be patient. You cannot be apply today and you get a family today. You might not even have a family for a year. So patience has to kick in. When you apply, some people apply and they want immediately to have a family. It doesn't work that way. That's why I've insisted, apply as many as you can. You have 2 countries to apply to, Austria and Germany. And you also have other programs which you can apply to. So don't hesitate to apply, and don't be tired. As you apply for the au pair programs, also apply for other programs, because you never know what comes first. And for that reason today, it's been a good day for me. I hope I've answered most of the questions, and build your profile, build your game, package yourself like no any other. Be ready for that phone call when you're putting in your number. Be reachable, because the family can call you anytime. Once the kids decide they want John, or they want Gabriel, or they want, I don't know, Angela, that's it. It's all about the kids, and it's all about the family. It's not about you. That's why this video was really important, just to enlighten you that it's not you who decides which family you're picking. It's the family that decides which au pair they're picking. And if you are fortunate enough, some people apply today and they have a family the same day or tomorrow. Some people applied for so many years they didn't get. So it's not something that is, you can say it is 100%, because as you wait, your age also grows, But the good thing is there'll always be other programs. If you're continuing studying that German language, you're from A1, you're going to B1, you're going to C1. There are so many programs that you can indulge in Germany that will show that your language did not go to waste. So this is Informant 254 signing out today on a lovely Tuesday down here in Germany. I wish you well and thank you so much for watching my channel.